The scenes in Gaza were of absolute chaos as 7 of the hostages were being released by Hamas and the Palestinian Islamic Jihad militant group. This was the moment Israeli civilian Arbel Yehud, 80-year-old Gadi Moses, and 5 Thai hostages were brought to a point in Khan Yunis. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was reportedly furious and temporarily paused the release of Palestinian prisoners in response. Hamas has now assured mediators that this won't happen again. Eventually, the 7 released hostages were driven away and are now back in Israel receiving care. Agam Berger was the first hostage to be released earlier in the morning. She was paraded on stage in northern Gaza before being handed over to the International Red Cross in calmer circumstances. Her parents watched the moment their daughter was finally freed. After being reunited at a military base near the Gaza border, they were flown to hospital outside Tel Aviv, where hundreds were waiting to welcome her home. Inside the hospital, she was reunited with the 3 other IDF surveillance soldiers who were released last weekend. All 4 had been captured from the same base on October the 7th.
This is a complex emotional medical event for the captives returned to Israel, the families of all other hostages, captives, and for entire people of Israel here and abroad.
The hostages' release was watched by hundreds at Hostage Square in Tel Aviv as well, including Steve Witkoff, Donald Trump's Middle East envoy, who is planning a visit to Gaza himself.
It's showing what a wonderful, how joyous the people of Israel are.
After resolving the issues, 110 Palestinian prisoners were released from Israeli jails, blowing kisses and giving victory signs as they were driven to freedom. Some into the West Bank, but others sent back to Gaza or deported to Egypt. Among them, Zachariah Zubaidi, former head of a militant group in Jenin during the Second Intifada. More hostages and prisoners are due to be released this Saturday. Alistair Buncan, Sky News, Tel Aviv.